Well, okay. You gave him my microphone over here. Gotta check if everything works. Welcome to Fluff, people. This is more videos of previous SCP stuff that went sadly south. If you all know, the SCP videos from 2363 till 2369 have been taken down. Well, not taken down. I privated them because the audio was missing after a certain time. So I'm over here making sure I'm re-recording it, and I'm not doing a better job explaining this than yesterday. My brain seems to be still pretty much blocked, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. I'm uploading one of the videos as I'm recording this, so it's already ready. Honestly, I'm just gonna wait till like 10 minutes from now. Then I'll press the upload button. Yes, we should be no the cam. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it for this. No, I'm not. I was like, I'm not going to get myself distracted by the cam again. And lo and behold, I will. Don't even know why it's doing that. It doesn't do that when I stream, so I'm not sure why it's doing that now. All right, let's keep going, shall we? We are now at SCP-2367. We have 3 more SCPs to read. This one is a bit of a longer one. Well, actually, average. It just has a lot of little side tales to read, and it is written by Agent McLeod, who has written SCP-2273 before, which is it's really awesome. Actually, I do wish this one got a lot more views. It is a 2-hour read, so I can understand why a lot of people probably didn't click on it. But it was like a really cool story about like how children get like picked up and they get put into these like magical armor that like kind of like attaches to the bodies, and they grow in it, and they start fighting wars. It's almost like, yeah, making like sci-fi super soldiers, and I think it's a really cool story. It has a lot of little like branches of tales talking about what happens during the war while these kids fight. I say kids, but of course they do grow up to be adults, but like I said, they kind of grow in the suit itself. I think that was a really cool story, and I can see here right now it's also really highly rated by Agent McLeod's work. But I do wish the video itself got a lot more views, because again, I do think it's pretty cool. But now, this one, ironically, people thought that this was the reason why my video got muted and potentially taken down, even though the muted part was a technical difficulty, and it being gone now was me privating it. Splatzshtaffel, which is written, it is German, but it's also written in a really interesting way. It reads like a word that's supposed to be German, but it isn't. But let's get to it, because this one is this is gonna be a doozy. Object class. Neck is cracked. Okay, we're good. Safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-2. I'm gonna put this down real quick. Actually, reach over without knocking it over. SCP-2367 is contained on site in a hangar constructed around it, with level 5 security measures in place. A cover story of a high security German military base is in effect. As of, I'm gonna mute this again because I'm not wearing headphones. So should work though. Testing is prohibited until event 2367 Sigma occurs. Foundation agents embedded within Berlin emergency response services will monitor radio traffic for possible -1 manifestations, dispatching agents to carry out recovery, cleanup, and administration of amnestics as necessary. -1 instances are non-anomalous and require no special containment outside of recovery. Upon the initiation of event 2367 Sigma, citywide deployment of rescue airbags, mass administration of amnestics, and emergency repair measures will be used to minimize detrimental effects. Description: SCP-2367 is a geodesic hemisphere 15 meter in diameter, constructed from steel and painted with forest pattern camouflage. There's a small control panel on the south side, and a 4 meter square door adjacent to the control panel. The interior... Let me go in my mouth. The interior is a smooth hemisphere approximately 30 meters in diameter. The device was built as a means of displacing objects, including live humans, to targeted points in space-time. In testing, objects placed in such manner invariably appeared several hundred meters above their intended destination. Both forward and backward temporal travel have been achieved in testing. It requires no external power to operate. Dash 1 instances are individuals or objects that were sent through SCP-2367 prior to the Foundation recovery of the object. To date, 6 Dash 1 instances have manifested listed below. 4 unidentified males wearing enlisted Splatzshtaffel uniforms, all deceased upon impact. Yep. 1 STG-44 assault rifle unloaded and 1 parachute of the type issued to German paratroopers during World War II. And here we have a footnote that says the parachute was packed but was not equipped or deployed, probably because they didn't know how this thing would work. They just had it in the device and were like, we're good. We're good to go. Alright. And then they teleported above the air and they're like, wait a minute. Hold on now. You were telling me we were supposed to wear the backpack? Okay. For the full information on Dash 1 instances, see peripheral I don't know why my neck feels so stiff. Usually when I crack my neck it should be fine, but it still feels very stiff. See peripheral documentation. SCP-2367 was recovered during Operation Hammer, the Foundation infiltration of the German government during World War II. Recovered documents indicate that SCP-2367, referred to therein as Die Glocke, which translates as the bell, yep, that's correct, was constructed under the supervision of SS Obergruppenführer Otto Weber, POY 420714, at some point prior to May 1945. Yeah, Obergruppenführer means basically like what's the direct translation? Like like Gruppen means group and Führer means leader, right? So an Ober, which just means above. Like so, it's like if there's a Gruppenführer, like a group leader, Obergruppenführer would be like, yeah, I'm above you. Like he, kind of how like in the Foundation, if you think about it, how you have the junior researchers and then you have the researchers, right? Does that really work as a comparison? Not really, but you know, it's like you both are doing the same thing, but because one of them is a researcher, they have a little more access to things than the junior researcher does. They call the shots more, basically. Event 2367 Sigma is the anticipated rematerialization of the subject of the only known use of the device by its builders, excluding Dash 1 instances. Several high-ranking NSDAP-2 members fleeing the Red Army. Their anticipated destination is the vicinity of Berlin on 13th October 2031. National Socialist German Worker Party, colloquially known as the Nazi Party. Yep. We have time-traveling Nazis, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's why I mentioned in one of the videos that I recorded. By the way, fun fact, I recorded those videos yesterday. The ones that are being uploaded right now, to be honest. Because I did say I'm not scared of actually saying what it is, because like at the end I'm not earning money from YouTube, and I'm not here to becoming a YouTuber. This is just an archive of things. At least for the SCP channel, this is just meant to be an archive and a way for people to access somebody reading every single one of the SCPs. So I don't mind just saying Nazi, because that's what they are. That's what they are, and I understand and I respect the big YouTubers who have to like say in a weird, they have to like talk around it in a weird way because they don't want the channel to be flagged, or the video doesn't do well because YouTube is being honestly unreasonable when it comes to that kind of stuff. I fully understand, because like at the end, like you just, this is how you earn your cash, this is how you earn your livelihood. So I understand you have to like talk around it. It just sucks that we are in a day and age where social media's decide like well, mostly like YouTube and TikTok, right? Decide like, well, if you say these specific words, we will definitely come after you. And it's like, why? Those words have existed before. We have talked about these things before. There's no reason for you to like try to like cover it up. Oh, it's not what people like to hear. Well, yeah, it's not comfortable. That's the whole point behind these topics. It's like none of the topics are fun. but it's something that people need to know about and need to hear about. Nazis are not fun, but calling them some like almost like a parody name, like almost like the anime equivalent of like, you know how like when they have copyrighted stuff in the shows, but they call it something different, like instead of like, I don't know, instead of Coca-Cola, it's like, it just says, it's like Kona, and you're like, well, okay, yeah, we can see from the font it's supposed to be Cola, but it's a different name, so they don't get in trouble. That I understand, because it's like, you know, it's brands and copyright stuff, but that's something way different. But I just feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna go on. I'm sorry, I might end up ranting for like 2 hours instead of reading. Addendum, review of documents recovered over the course of Operation Hammer indicate that SCP-2367 was used to evacuate a larger number of individuals than previously thought. Lower end estimates place the number of individuals that will manifest during event 2367 Sigma at approximately 14 o'clock, including a fully equipped full field artillery platoon and a dozen Tiger 1 tanks. Mobile Task Force Psi-33 Himmler's Housekeepers has been reorganized and expanded to minimize casualties and civilian exposure to event 2367 Sigma. And here we have a footnote that says, see SB-2461 for an example of artifact recovery carried out by this task force. Now this is actually interesting, because like when I read this originally, I didn't read this one yet, but now we can actually check it. I can actually check it out because I already did read it. Oh, hold on, the video's finished. Let me just do that real quick as well. Yeah, public. There we go. I don't think an hour is like enough time for each video to... It's a shame, because like the videos will definitely not get as much attention as they did before, when it was like uploaded a day. That sucks. But okay, what was the SCP called here? It was called 2461. 2461. Yeah, it's once again related to Nazis, but they were in space this time instead of time traveling, so I can see why. And I think, I'm not sure if it's this video or the one that you guys won't see until July, 25th of July, where I said, I hope this doesn't bite me in the ass. I forgot which one I said that in. It might be the later one, but I also feel like this one also, because I think I read this during a time where things were already kind of a bit iffy in a certain country. So I was just like, I hope I will get away with this. Evacuation of Berlin and an appropriate cover story are under consideration. And now let's read who Otto. Wait, is this two different ones? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, let's read a bit about Otto Weber, shall we? From Otto Weber to Ursula Weber, sent 10th of October 1939. Yes, this is exactly why I was like, oh. Heil Hitler. How are you, my wife? I hope all is... Wait, I gotta get a bit of the German accent out. How are you, my wife? I hope all is well at Magdeburg. As you may have heard from the radio, we have attained victory in the September campaign. More importantly, I am alright. We may have merit in haste for fear of the worst, but it appears that our fears were unfounded. Nonetheless, that spur of the moment gave me reason to fight on. I owe it to those church bells that gave us that thought. Just like the thing, it looks like a bell, right? So, at least among my fellows, I know what I'm fighting for. You. That being said, my deployment is still ongoing, so I cannot return home yet. Until we reunite, these letters shall be our correspondence to each other. Sincerely, Otto Weber. Annenerbe SS. And then back to Ursula, and I believe we have, yeah, basically 2 months have passed. It's Christmas time. And like the fact that I have to keep, I remember reading this, I was like, I have to keep saying it, don't I? Heil Hitler, Merry Christmas, my wife. I have received your previous letter and I'm astonished. To think that it took only that one night to conceive a child. It is a wonderful news. There was so little time and we overcame it. It is absolutely encouraging to me. That being said, I am sad I cannot be with you during your pregnancy. There's still so much to be done here. Seek help from our parents, for I'm sure they will help We must discuss on the name at a later date. Sincerely, Otto Weber, Unerbe SS. And now we have 3 years have passed and it's July. And I have to say it one more. How many times do I have to say it again? Yeah, like 2 more times. Please, YouTube, this is all fictional. Oh, but it's still like, you know, at the end, it's also part of the history. But I'm not. Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. This is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Heil Hitler, my wife, thank you. Your words certainly held a soothing influence over me. If only you were present by my side, the influence would dispel all ill thoughts at once. I have taken time to reflect on your previous letter and acknowledged some of it to be correct. I still do abide by my personal belief that my rejected proposal to Project Colossus was intended to deny me of directorship. It might have applied Untermensch, under human superstition, but that is but a social construct. Regardless, I agree that the current director is not at fault. He's a fellow patriot, as you said. So long the Reich benefits, there is no need to fight over appointments. I'm already at a high rank as it is. But enough of my rants over work matters. I hope the family is doing well. I am pleased that you speak so highly of me to Elizabeth. I only pray that I can tell her my various exploits myself. Colossus was a misstep, but do tell her that too. Elizabeth can learn from her father's experience. Sincerely, Otto Weber, Unerbe SS. And one more time, 21st of February 1945. So we came near the end of World War. I think. Wait, when did I keep forgetting? And I do apologize. This should be something I should know by heart now. But when did World War II end? Like, what is the exact date? September. Yeah. So yeah, we are close because it's February, so there's still a couple months, at least a half a year more than half. No, actually, I think it would be 8 months left before it's over. Hi Hitler, my wife. I hope that the family resettlement in Breslau has been progressing well since my last correspondence with you. It is regretful that I cannot be there by your side, but we know that the Reich needs me more. Now more than ever before. You should know by now that the Reich has not been faring well since the disastrous ventures at the Eastern Front. Our enemies are indeed overwhelming us. Even with our stock of Wunderwaffe, so Wunder usually means miracles or miracle weapon, perhaps my rejected proposals might have changed the outcome, but there is no reason to speculate. Thus, selected colleagues and I have been preparing for a change in tactics, from offense to defense. It is a matter of time before they overrun the Reich entirely. Therefore we must defend. Time. It once again brought us to trouble, like our marriage. We began to know each other too late and rushed through it due to coincidence. Additionally, it took only that first and last night to conceive Elizabeth. Certainly, Elizabeth and our marriage are at least a meager victory against time. Thus, it is fitting to name this defense initiative Die Glocke, as we know, the bells, after the bells that began our tale of victory. The enemies can tear themselves apart, but we shall rise victorious from their corpses, and by we, you and Elizabeth are definitely included. Leave the settlement and come to see me in our base at the Owl Mountains where Die Glocke awaits. The security detail will escort you there, should you give the order, they know the path. We can be together again, and Die Glocke will guarantee that time shall never impede us. We will not leave without you and Elizabeth. As Obergruppenführer, I promise. Sincerely, Otto Weber, Unerbe SS Project Die Glocke Director. And I think this just leads me back to, it just leads me back to here. But we have another page. Keine Kosten zu hoch. So this means no price too high. Translated documents will come from the Unerbe SS headquarters in Berlin. Shit, I forgot that I have to say it much more. No, please. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys understand I'm not really comfortable saying that sentence, that specific phrase right here. So I'm just gonna, we're just gonna skip it. You guys understand? He's saying that in every fucking letter. We don't need to say it that often. I think we're good. From Otto Weber, Director Project Colossus, to Heinrich Himmler, Splatzshtaffel Reichsführer. New project directives, 1st July 1942. Okay. Reichsführer Himmler, development of the weapon is going well. Before his unfortunate demise, our outside advisor provided us with the sufficient information that I believe the new direction or project is being taken is still compatible with our initial goals. However, it is my understanding that the new direction or our project has taken will require materials and equipment we do not have available in our current base of operations. Therefore, I am requesting that relevant specialties and materials be sent and that our base of operations be changed. I will allow that decision to be made at your discretion. Including in this document are details of project progress before the change in project directives. I have also sent the last artifacts recovered by our archaeologists. I'm afraid that your intentions of changing this into an armor development project leaves us without qualified academics. If we are creating a mechanized weapon to win the war, I need engineers, scientists, mechanics, not archaeologists and historians. The Führer may not approve of this project, but I believe our efforts may prove vital in the latter hours of this war. Sincerely, Otto Weber. This is all the same shit. So let's just keep going. One more time. Looks like this is like... Also, this takes place before... So, like, the last letter he sent to his wife, too, or so on. And it's, like, basically, like, the outcome of all this, right? Ongoing research for the 1st July, still the same year and month. Reichsführer Himmler, I have received word from your Australian contact. I'm afraid that the time and resources necessary to procure those materials are too much. However, I understand that this project is now partially under the jurisdiction of Minister Speer and that he may be willing to make these expenses. Our first shipment is scheduled to arrive in October. I hope you have procured for us the equipment and specialists we need by then. We also need resupply of basic amenities and of ammunition. Our local allies are growing suspicious. It is my understanding that the British and Americans are pulling greater and greater resources into the African campaign, putting our research at risk. I must once again reassert that our current base of operations is unsuitable for this project. Your Australian contact has stated that he has means of delivering anywhere we may move, including the fatherland. Specifications of the equipment and personnel we require in order to proceed with the project as planned are enclosed, alongside a list of suitable locations for moving the project and the resources necessary to do so if you so decide. Sincerely, Otto Weber. And then once again, 13th September, so a month and a half has passed. Reichsführer Himmler, the last relevant equipment has been shipped to the Kummersdorf proving ground for the final construction of the weapon and subsequent tests. All that remains is to be shipped are the personnel still relevant to this project. I still have doubts that the trustworthiness of your Australian contacts. However, he has sent me information regarding the materials he is delivering, and I must admit that his assistance will help greatly in mitigating costs of this project. I assume that the engineers at Krupp are in the process of creating the main armament for the weapon. You must understand, Reichsführer, that our research will only be able to create an armored chassis and a means of propelling your vehicle, and not the primary armament itself. Regardless, I look forward to the conclusion of this project and demonstrating to the Führer that our research has not been for naught. Sincerely, Otto Weber. There's a lot. But it's very short actually, but there's still a lot. One more time, let's go to now. I think it was always a Schutzstaffel Reichsführer. Yeah. 19th of June 1943. So now almost a year has passed. Illegible. Entity Coloss appears cooperative and has correctly bonded to the eligible. However, we still require an armament appropriate for the tank. Sorry, pardon me. Conventionally eligible, underpowered, and would qualify as underutilization of resources for a project of this scale. A battery of coastal or naval guns would be eligible, but it is my understanding that Minister Speer or Minister Speer has other projects similar to in scale adequate. I'm pretty sure this is... Yeah, it's 044. Therefore, I am requesting that one or more of Krupp's special armaments be procured for us for use with this, all for text eligible. And now we have Heinrich Himmler for the first time. Schutzstaffel Reichsführer. It says 2, it's not, okay, it's still, yeah. October 1943. Reichsführer. Eligible. Final delivery was made by your Australian contact last Thursday. You will eligible tomorrow. With tests on all systems beginning thereafter. Minister Speer. Weapon system has nearly been completed. Upon delivery of the main turret, we aim to deploy the weapon against Leningrad in order to end the stalemate. Also text eligible. All text eligible except following Leningrad, no survivors. So yeah, that that shows you how strong it was. Except from Journal of Unknown American Soldier recovered 6 months following the failed Normandy landings. I heard it before I saw it. I saw it come over the horizon, yet I heard it before I saw it. It didn't sound like a tank or any sort of engine I ever heard. It sounded like something growing. When the gun went off, there was a flash and then a roar, like a bull getting branded, but 1,000 times louder. Then there was a flash and a boom like I never hear again behind me. I haven't heard anything since then. I think I've gone deaf. It sunk the whole damn fleet. The whole goddamn fleet. I don't want to think about the number of soldiers still on those boats. I'm surprised the Ruskies and the crowds put up as good of a fight as they did. The French civilians we encountered called it a task. I don't know enough French to know what that means. I like to think it means the work of Satan himself, because that's the only one who could have made that fucking thing. I don't think I'm ever getting rescued. Hopefully someone finds this and helps them find a way to kill that fucking abomination against God. I'll leave this journal in a crowd pillbox so it lasts a while longer and isn't too far from the shore. Copy of a flyer throughout the United Kingdom following the destruction of London. Attention all citizens, by order of Prime Minister Anthony Eden, mandatory evacuation of the British Isles begin on July 31st, 1944. You must register for a passage if you intend to remain united with your families. Final evacuation is scheduled for October 31st, 1944. Registering for passage is the only guarantee of evacuation. Register at your local post office as soon as possible. From Book of Job, Chapter 40. Behold now the behemoth that I have made with you. Behold now his strength. His limbs are as strong as copper, his bones as a load of iron. His is the first of God's ways. Only his mates can draw his sword against him. And there we go. Yep. There we go. Luckily, it does seem from the Foundation, what the Foundation has gathered at least, that the plans for the soldier to go to the future have somewhat failed, but they still have done something horrendous. They have brought something back that should not have been brought back. It could really likely be that they actually found an SCP from the future and took it back, and then like maybe wanted to get another one, and then just something to like stop that SCP that they have at that moment, and shit went bonkers. It just went out of control. So yeah. But like I said, I wonder now how YouTube's going to treat this one, to be very honest with you. If the video is flagged for some reason by something, it's going to be very interesting. That's going to be a little bit of a data for me to keep considered, but at least I hope this video just stays alive. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll read the next one now. I'm going to try to get all of these videos out on today, which today should be Thursday. I'm going to try. It might be that maybe, depending on how the time works, that maybe one of them will be out a little bit later. Or next Thursday, one of the two. But, yeah. I hope this video does well. It's just a shame that all the videos that like got taken down, like 1 or 2 of them actually got a decent amount of views, but now it's probably not going to get anything because I'm posting them all within an hour, just to keep like the how to say the numbers in check, because like it would be weird if I upload them every single Thursday, give them the same amount of views as before, but then like, you know, by the time 2369 comes out, for you guys maybe like the 2400s are already like on its way, so it's like, you know what I mean, it just would feel a little bit odd. So I'm just trying to get them out as fast as possible so people can watch them as fast as possible. But yeah, I hope YouTube just helps out a tiny bit of giving them some attention again. But for now, let me just continue with the next one. And I see you guys in the next one as well. Thank you so much for watching.